coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Set! 180!
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Double. Monday.
Run. They're running it.
Go.
Switch.
Like I said.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Watch 7. Watch 7.
Set! Like 80! You good? You coming across?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Double. Squirrel! Set! Blue 30!
48th Mike.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Good stop, D. Good stop.
Let's go.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Good job, guys. Set! 180! Monday.
Right there. 54, right there.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Set! Black 20. Jack 16. Big.
Check 52.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Randy Gregory in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
With your help, we have now contributed more than 63.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for all of your continued support.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Prescott on first down. Drops it underneath to Elliott.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very gain of 27.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A second down throw for Prescott. Buying time to his left. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 180. It's coming now.
Check.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Steps away. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Strong left. Strong left. Get him. Get him.
You good? He coming across?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal.
It's our time.
All right, let's go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelm, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down? We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Prescott, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. Prescott down. He'll buy some time right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Number 4.
Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On third down, Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw is Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Come on. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we got Mike.
Focus, focus.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
All right, let's go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Snickers. Snickers. Show that bench release.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And the Steelers getting another first down on a bit of a roll. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Number 38 on the carry.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Gotta go.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On second down, Roethlisberger finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
You gotta spin. Kings. Monday.
Let's get it.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Roethlisberger now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Roethlisberger, and he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
You good? You coming across?
They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. He got 29 yards that time.
That play is good for a Cowboys first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's overload.
Gun. Hey, here we go. Wide in. Here we go, 46. 26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Cooper was the intended target.
Interception on the play.
They're coming. Oh, yeah, baby. Go take that victory now. Go take that victory now, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, game time.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Get him. AB.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Pittsburgh will kick this one off. Number 27, ready to return.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Try the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Here we go. Wide in.
42.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26.
First down, Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch tight end.
Here we go.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, here we go. 180. 186. 186.
On 2nd down, Elliott works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Switch and 8. Here we go. 46. 186. Under. 186.
Prescott to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This one from 46 yards out. And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you've got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, I wonder if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them.
Let's go.
And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Here we go.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Here we go.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Hey, come on, oh.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Switch and 8. Here we go. 46. 186. 186.
A first down throw for Prescott. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Sean Davis with a pick. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. and they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Here we go. 180. 180. Go. 180.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. 180. Here we go. 46. 46.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
2nd down, Prescott. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. It got his man, complete. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here's Prescott. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for two too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's complete to Brown, right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A very solid gain of 27. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. He'll get it up the middle. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to flare up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Jack 16. Snickers 66.
Back now in Pittsburgh. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal.
Look out for number 30. Look out for number 30. Single.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Good job. Touchdown.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
Tight end right. Odd. 5 down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 32 that time.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
47.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
What is it?
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Jam him. Jam him.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Rush in.
Here we go, 47.
Rush in.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Mike 42. Check. Check.
Here we go, 47, 47.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Gun. Here we go.
Prescott from the gun, and he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Bud Dupree getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Hot. Watch Mike. Outside's coming.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Here we go, wide 80.
42. 6 man.
Here we go, 46.
Check curls.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 46. 46.
Now Prescott steps away to his left.
Crash.
And his pass incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46, 46. Hey, 47. Hey, 47. Here we go, get that.
3rd and long for Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They need a touchdown, but also have to be wary of leaving too much time for Roethlisberger. Here's 1st and goal. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Here we go, 46.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Here we go, wide 80.
Hey.
Gun.
4 down.
47.
SOS.
What is it?
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. So they were in field goal range, a chance to get this one to OT. Got a little greedy going for the win, cost him the game.
Not just a little greedy, now a little lost because of what ended up happening. Just what you stated there, they're in field goal range. Instead of getting conservative, they decided to press it, maybe try and win it right now. Instead, the whole thing backfired.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back
Yeah,
in.
but they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Gun.
42, Mike, 42.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Back to it after the pick six. Prescott.
Blitz.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 44.
I do know that Joe Hayden was used to winning a lot of games